Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and now in this video we will be understanding what is Planck's quantum theory of radiations. So in the last video what we have seen is that the radiant energies like visible light, radio waves, microwaves, etc., they travel in the form of electromagnetic waves. But this concept was proved to be wrong. Why? Because it was not able to prove the photoelectric effect and the black body radiation. Okay? Now, therefore, it was Max Planck who put forth a theory known as Planck's quantum theory of radiations in 1890. Now, what is this theory all about? Let's understand its first point. It states that radiant energy is emitted or absorbed discontinuously in the form of small energy packets. Now, what does this mean? Before understanding this point, it is necessary for you all to know what is the meaning of radiant energy. Radiant energy is nothing but a energy which travels in the form of a wave or a particle. And what are the examples of radiant energy? The visible light, radio waves, microwaves, X-rays, etc. Okay, so this theory states that the radiant energy is emitted or absorbed discontinuously in the form of small energy packets. Here, discontinuously is the key word to be noted. Now, I will help you all understand this point with the help of one example. I hope everyone knows what is Holi, right? So here I have two boys who are playing Holi. One, let's name him as 1 and let's name him as 2. So here 1 is throwing water on 2 with the help of a water gun and 2 is throwing water on 1 with the help of water balloons. Am I right? Here what I want you all to observe is that 1 is throwing water continuously on 2. How can I say that? Because with the help of a water gun, he is able to achieve a continuous flow of water. Can you see over here? There is a continuous flow of water. Whereas when it comes to 2 is throwing water with the help of small balloons, which are nothing but, can I say them as small packets? So he is throwing water on 1 with the help of small packets. Now, due to these small packets, there is discontinuous flow of water. See, 1 is throwing water continuously. There is a continuous flow of water. But can you see a continuous flow of water when it comes to 2? No. Because here he has made small packets and with the help of small packets, he is throwing water. And between two small packets there is certain time interval due to which the flow is getting erupted and thus there is discontinuous flow of water. This is what actually this point tells us, that your visible light, okay, I'm taking an example of radiant energy as visible light. Visible light is emitted or absorbed discontinuously in the form of small energy packets. In short, he states that your visible light is made up of small energy packets. Moving ahead, Planck named these small energy packets as quanta. Okay, so your plural form of quanta is quantum. Okay, now one thing I want to make clear with you all is that whether it be any energy, radiant energy, whether it be a radio wave, whether it be a microwave, or whether it be any X-ray, it consists of small energy packets which are called as quanta. And when these many quanta, that is when many small energy packets come together, it is known as quantum. Okay, now only in the case of light, okay, only in the case of light, these small energy packets are known as photons. Okay, only when it comes to light they are known as photons. So in short, we can say that this quanta is a common name for all radiant energies, and only for case of light you can call this quanta as photons. Okay, am I clear? Moving ahead, he said that this is the important important relation. He said that the energy of one photon, okay, the energy of one photon, or you can say the energy of one quanta, is directly proportional to its frequency. Okay, he said that its energy is directly proportional to frequency, where this E is nothing but the energy of one quanta, and this mu is nothing but frequency of that particular quanta. Now, if you want to remove this proportionality sign, so for removing proportionality sign, you have to replace this alpha by a equal to sign, and you have to write a constant, and we write this constant to be h. Okay, so whenever you are replacing a direct proportionality sign with the equal to sign, you have to add a constant. Now you must be knowing that radiant radio waves, microwaves, visible light, they all have different frequency. Okay, therefore the value of frequency will be different, hence the energy of their quanta will also be different. So the energy of radio wave, the energy of quanta of radio waves, energy of a quanta of microwaves, or the energy of photon of a light will all be different. And what is this h? This h was named as Planck's constant, and this h has a fixed value which is 6.62 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules seconds. Note here that here it is 10 raised to minus 34. I had done a mistake in my examination where I had written 10 raised to 34. Please, you all don't do the same mistake. So be careful with it. Okay. So moving ahead, what we have seen up till now is that the energy of one photon is h mu. Am I right? If you want to find out the energy of one photon, it is h mu. But how to find total energy emitted or absorbed? Whenever radiant energies are going to emit or absorb, they are going to travel with a collection of many such quanta. Am I right? Only one quanta is not going to travel. There will be a line of many such quantas. Am I right? Which each there will be many quantas flowing together. Am I right? There will not be only one photon. We know the energy of one photon is h mu. So now what if there are n photons? Suppose in a total energy emitted or absorbed, there are n photons. So what will be its energy? That we don't know. Therefore, we have assumed it to be En. I'm making it again clear. The energy of one photon is h mu. But if you want to find out the total energy, then you have to consider all the photons. And if you are considering all the photons, suppose there are n photons. So what will be the total energy of n photons? You don't know. Therefore, you assume it to be En. Now, how will you find this value of En? You will simply cross multiply. By simply cross multiplying, En into 1 is equals to n into h mu. So this is what the formula for finding out the total energy emitted or total energy absorbed, which is nothing but En is equals to nh mu. So now I am making it again clear for you all that the energy of one photon is h mu, and the energy of n photons is nh mu. Or you can say that the energy of one quanta is h mu, and energy of quantum is nh mu. Am I clear? So guys, this was all about your Max Planck's quantum theory. If you have liked this video, then please do not forget to subscribe to my channel for such more videos on your class 11th and 12th physics and chemistry. And guys, do check out my channel where I uploaded class 11th and 12th physics and chemistry videos. They might be helpful for y'all. Thanks for watching this video.